Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Just a quick update to let y'all know that I will be doing a live stream later this evening. Been doing some research, and I was waiting to see if the family of Miss Eliza, her name is Eliza, but the family referred to her as Liza. I have already received the arrest warrant / affidavit that's on file for the gentleman with a past history of committing a similar type crime, a snatch and grab type crime per se. He's not very long out of prison for that. But here's a question that I've been waiting to see addressed. The police went to her residence, and I'm getting some reports that her and the husband are separated. He's a year clean. We're not going to get into that, not for a witch hunt. But that he has a new love interest. Now, here's the deal. It's not being reported. Some people are saying it was an affair. Some people are saying that once they separated, that he started seeing this individual. The problem is the individual is the nanny. Oh, zany nanny vibes. Yeah, I know some people are going to say that, but the individual was the nanny. They've now collected, by the way, 2 dumpsters. One was close to where the brother lived in the apartment complex that seems to be like HUD housing. Some, housing authority apartments. They collected the dumpster that was close to the brother. The brother is under arrest, but really not as an accessory. It just sounds like, look, the brother might have been a dealer of certain illicit substances, fentanyl, marijuana, and such, and that when they came in through the investigation looking at the abduction, the brother was collateral damage. So we're not going to focus on that tonight. One dumpster that was retrieved, I waited until I got 3 different confirmations before I'm saying anything about it. One dumpster that was at a McDonald's. As I understand it, I've not got clarification on, is it the McDonald's near where the gentleman worked at the car wash or cleaning detail thing, or is it near where he was living with the girl? This guy was off the grid, by the way. Electricity, rent, everything. Nothing was in his name. Everything was in the girlfriend's name, maybe his paycheck, but as I'm kind of being told by some people, my North Memphis, whoop whoop, shout out, thank y'all for hitting me up, folks. My Memphis State folks. Glad I met you guys while I was on the road. I will be coming through again. Thank y'all, shout outs. Thank y'all for hitting my inbox and giving me some info. Invaluable. Couldn't do it without, could not do certain things that I get information about as fast as I do without people locally shouting out to me, hitting my inboxes on my social media accounts and on my email accounts. So know that. Okay, next. So there's video, and I'll show it during the live, of the dumpster being removed. I'm told there's a McDonald's, and there was very similar clothing to what she was wearing at the time that was found in that dumpster. And I was told one of the large trash cans, not the big metal dumpster, by the way. like somebody just kind of shoved it in. We're going to pray that this lady is alive and well. But I'm going to tell you, I don't see a lot of hope being held out at this time. And there's a reason I say what I say. We know there's video camera footage of the altercation and of her being taken. They are not releasing it. One, because of course it's going to be evidence in a criminal act. Two, the charge that he has with the extra aggravation charge can still possibly be the death penalty on the table. My feeling is that he got her in the vehicle and they sat there for 4 minutes afterwards. My feeling is that based on the charge and what was seen in that video altercation, because let me tell you something. What I'm hearing is even though she was 5'6" and looked lean, that she was all muscle. This is somebody that completed the Boston Marathon year. That is not an easy feat. This is a daily runner, exerciser, cardio. This lady was very strong. She fought back, and she fought back hard. I think even after he got her into the vehicle, she was still fighting. Hence the 4 minutes it took for him to get in the driver's seat and roll out. Now, that being said, she fought hard enough that one or both of his shoes was left, with enough DNA evidence for CODIS to pick it up and hit. Due to his previous convictions and his recent incarceration, his DNA was on file. So, yeah, it was quick. But was it really? Let's see. She's the heiress of a billionaire's fortune. A pre-K teacher. Multiple friends on the board at Memp State University. Very influential family members. What is her uncle's job with the police? All of that has to play a part. All of that has to play a part in the assessment of this case. Now, my one question and my one thing that sticks out in my mind is when the police came on the scene and involved in this case first, the first thing that they did, one of the first things, and they said that it's common to be done when a victim is missing, for clues to where they go, what they do, who they've been talking to, who their friends are, all that kind of thing. Because their cell phone was found smashed. Was they went through her house. They took a white SUV into custody from in front of the house. They removed a laptop and a set of pruning shears. Why? Why those items? What significance do they feel that they're going to find to this case? And why, at the time that they began doing that, did the husband immediately obtain legal counsel? The only thing that makes sense to me personally, in an answer to that, as why, is maybe they needed her DNA to differentiate during the DNA testing phase. And they wanted items that they were sure that she had recently touched without gloves. But I would have thought the shears, the pruning shears, and they were the big, long, wooden-handled ones, not the little bitty, mousy ones. Know that. But I would have thought she would have gloves on if she was using those or touching those when she was there. So I don't know about that. It's just a question. One of those things that make you say, And to speak as to the laptop just is varying images, but to speak as to the fact that the husband retained legal counsel with a knee jerk, whatever quickness, there could be multiple reasons. Again, she is the heir to a billionaire's fortune. She's an heiress. So automatically he's going to be looked at. And these would be the type of individuals that would be used to having an attorney on retainer. As well as the fact, that they did own a business together. It's some type of all-terrain vehicle business. I'm looking into some more things. Till I get confirmation, I won't be reporting them. But I do know that the video of her abduction is not going to be released. They feel it's too violent, too graphic. And the reason that he got that charge that he did, there's mitigating charges, and then there's exacerbating charges. His is what's considered an exacerbating charge. And let me explain something before people start saying, well, I bet they didn't Mirandize him when he originally talked and they got this info or whatever. Let me explain something. U.S. Marshals slammed into his car to stop it. He tried to run. They do not have to Mirandize him for any questioning or utterances in this particular case. They have him dead to rights on camera abducting a female. They see in the video that the physical damage that occurred could have, within moments or minutes, taken her life without medical attention. So there's an exemption to the Miranda rule that is very not often talked about. But when there's imminent danger, when stopping to get a warrant, when stopping to read rights and go through all that and everything, when doing that could cause the loss of life, there is an emergency exemption. You better make sure it fits it if you use it. But there is an emergency exemption to the Miranda law. So that's not going to come into play here because she was seen. And whatever is seen on that video is enough to give those exacerbating circumstances and for them to say they're charging this way in case they don't find her. I'm just going to put it bluntly. I don't know how else to say it. They have the proof that he did the kidnapping. They have the proof that a life-threatening injury occurred. That's why the charge is said the way it's said. And mind you, that's the exact same charge that he was convicted of. And had he served his sentence, finished one, and then served the next, he wouldn't have been on the street. But because they let the charges that he received run both sentences side by side at the same time, he was able to get out years earlier. It's my understanding from what I've been able to find out. It's concurrent, or they call it box cars. And if it's box cars, that means you got to do one and then the other. If it's concurrent, that means it's all side by side. And if you get sentenced for 2 different crimes and each crime is 10 years, you don't do 10 years and then do 10 years. You do 10 years and both your 10-year sentences is served. That's concurrent. Box cars means that you do one 10-year sentence, and when that's up, you serve the next 10-year sentence. Had he had to do his sentences in that way rather than concurrent, we don't know what might have occurred today. There's still a chance that someone hired this crime to occur. This gentleman, according to what's on video cameras and recordings, drove past her as she was jogging down the street and parked and lay in wait. When she got up close enough, he jumped out and the altercation occurred, and he took her into the back of that black SUV. It was 4 minutes time elapsed before he got in the driver's seat and took off. I will be finding a picture to put as the thumbnail for this video upload. I will be doing a live stream. I'll show you guys the full affidavit. We'll read over it. And we'll go over the rest of this information in depth and any new information that has occurred. Peace, love, and light. See y'all in a live later tonight. Don't forget, hit the heart at the bottom of the video. Cash Apps, PayPals, Venmos, also gladly accepted. Find it in the description. Peace, love, and light.